be a mother. I lost a 2-year-old. I'm dying and sad. It hurt. Like my heart is breaking. And I have 2 more kids to live for.
It's been a long journey for Tateona Williams with an even tougher battle ahead. She spent the last 3 months living in a van with her children.
And I regret having to sleep out there so bad. I tell them I'm sorry, but I tried to keep hotels, I tried to pay people to stay there. It wasn't working for me.
1 a.m. on Monday morning, they parked at the Hollywood Greektown casino parking garage in below freezing temps. Overnight, the car ran out of gas, and the next day, her 9-year-old son was not breathing.
I tried to give him CPR, and I was just giving him CPR. I just kept saying, Freddie, don't leave me. Don't leave me, please.
After a friend helped take him to the hospital, her 2-year-old daughter was also found unresponsive. Both were later pronounced dead from what appears to be hypothermia.
She didn't even get to live her life. She didn't get to do nothing. She lost her life because I had to sleep in the car.
In a press conference, the mayor and city leaders confirmed that Tateona did call the city's homeless response team back in November, but nothing ever came of it.
At least as far as we've been able to determine so far, the family never called back again for service. And as far as we've been able to tell, our homeless staff never proactively reached out to say, what happened with your situation? Was it resolved?
Mayor Duggan is now calling for a review of the city's homeless services, while Tateona is now in a shelter and her kids are with relatives.
It took my 2 kids to die for y'all to help me. It just don't work like that. It hurt losing 2 kids in one night. You know, I don't wish this on nobody. And if you can get help, please go get help. Because I don't want nobody else to go through what I'm feeling.
That literally the whole city has been talking about for the last couple of days, a tragedy, a mother of a little girl and boy who died while living in a parked car is sharing her side of what happened.
She says the family lived inside that van for 3 months, and when she called the city for help, she was turned away.
I called everybody. I called out of state. I called different cities. I called Detroit. I got on the campus. I've been on the campus for a long time. Nobody. Every time I call, they say no shelter, no bed. I thought I was doing the right thing. I tried to keep them warm at night. That's it. I was just trying to keep them warm. Nobody helped me. It took me to lose 2 of my kids to get this help. I don't feel good about it.
Early Monday morning, 29-year-old Tateona Williams parked inside the Hollywood casino garage. Temperatures were in the teens, but she says her kids had blankets and beds in the van to stay warm. At some point during the night, the van battery died. Monday afternoon, while trying to get the van jumped by a family member, she realized her 9-year-old son wasn't breathing. Williams and a family member took the boy to the hospital, but it was too late. And while she was there, her 2-year-old daughter was found not breathing.
My son died right there, my feet. He probably was already gone, but he died right there to me. I go see my other baby, she's not breathing. They let me hold her till her last breath. The last breath she had. They said it was nothing they could do.
There's not one person that isn't grieving right alongside of this mother. Certainly there are concerns about why this family was not able to get help when they needed it. Williams said that she did try to call the city of Detroit to access resources.
Mayor Mike Duggan addressed this yesterday, saying Williams had contact with the city in November asking for a place to stay, but there was no follow-up from the family or the city staff. The mayor saying bottom line here is this tragedy did not have to happen.
It's a terrible day in Detroit as we deal with the tragic loss of 2 young people, and it's got to make us rethink everything that we're doing. The heartbreaking part of this is that there were family shelter beds available just a few miles away.
Mayor Duggan says he's now calling for a review of the city's homeless services. Police say this case is still being investigated and a cause of death is being determined for those
As y'all can see, that was a sad tragedy that occurred. This lady lost two of her kids, trying to protect them from the cold the best she could. She had them sleeping in her vehicle because that's the only shelter that she had to provide for them was her vehicle. She's doing the best she can. As you can see, she's a single parent. And her and her kids been staying in there for 3 months, as it seems. It's sad that, like she said, a tragedy had to happen for now she can get assistance and get shelter and everything else. And like the mayor said in this statement, it's sad because it was empty beds a few miles away from where this occurred, but she didn't know, nor did nobody get in contact with her to help her get the help that she needed to get out the cold. Like I said, that was a sad tragedy, but like I said, she tried to do the best she could in the situation that she was in. And honestly, they said the battery died. No, from what I understand from reading the transcripts and everything, the vehicle ran out of gas, and that's why the vehicle stopped, and that's why it wasn't up no more heat. She ran out of gas in the middle of the night, not able to go and get gas, and this is what occurred. Like all the rest of our sad stories, most times it don't be nothing in the control of the parents or the kids that fall in, tragedy to these situations. And it's sad to her something is tragedy and something so innocent has occurred, I hate to say it, but it be like that.